Hello and welcome to 2 plus 2 equals cabbage. In this video, we're going to answer the question, how do I create an account in AWS to publish with Terraform? So there's a few things we'll do in this video. We'll have to create a user first. We'll attach a policy that applies permissions. We'll create a user access key, and then we'll create a key pair, and we'll take all of that and we'll build a terraform.tfrs file. So then we'll be ready to publish with Terraform to AWS. So let's figure it out together. Here we are, ready to get started in our AWS console. We've already logged in, and the first thing we're going to start with to create an account for use with Terraform is we need to create an IAM user. And if you don't have things showing up on your screen like I do from recently visited spots in the console, you can just go up to the search bar. We're going to start with IAM, and we should be able to pick that right out of the list. And then once we're in here, we're going to go over in the left panel and we're going to select users. And then we're just going to hit create user. So here we'll type in the username. We're just going to use Terraform test. And in this case, we're not going to be provisioning an actual interactive user that we would use in the console. So we won't check the box to provide access to the management console. We'll just hit next there. And we could just continue here and create the user and be done with it, but that's not going to fill all the requirements that we need. So we're going to also attach a policy to this user so we don't have to come back and do it later. So we'll click attach policies directly. And in order to publish with Terraform, we're just going to give this user administrator access. And then we'll scroll down and hit the next button. And then once we've got that done, we'll hit create user. All right, user is created. Next, we need to go and get a user access key, which we'll use in our Terraform configuration. So we'll click on the user we created, which was Terraform test. Once we're here, we'll go to the security credentials tab. And then down here a little bit, we'll hit create access key. And in our scenario, we'll be using Terraform from the CLI. So we'll just do command line interface. When we select that option, we also have to confirm that we're going to create an access key, and we'll hit next. And then we'll just hit create access key. Now the key's been created, so we're left at a spot where we need to take some of the information down. So we're going to copy the access key and put that in a text file. And then we're also going to copy the secret access key and put that in a text file. We'll use those in our configuration later. And then once we've grabbed those, we can click done. And it doesn't think we downloaded them, but we did, so we can just hit continue. Now the next thing we're going to do is create a key pair, and that's over in the EC2 portion. So we're going to go up and search for EC2, just in case you didn't have it in your list like I do, and then click on EC2. And this key pair comes in handy when we're publishing or creating instances with Terraform, the keys used for authentication to those instances. So once we're in the EC2, we'll go down and go to network and security, and then key pairs. And in here, we'll just create a key pair. And we'll call this one Terraform test. And this is something we want to document this name because we will use it in our configuration. So we'll just copy that off, put it in our text file. In this case, we're going to select the PEM format, and then we'll hit create key pair. It automatically downloaded the PEM file for us, so that's all we need. And we're finished in the console here. Next, we'll switch over to a text editor, and we'll start to populate the fields that we need in the terraform.tfrs file. So we'll be ready to move forward. Okay, here we have our template of our terraform.tfrs file. Templates are in the GitHub. They'll be linked in the description, so you can go and find these. There are three things that we're going to put in here that we gathered from the AWS console: the access key, the secret key, and then the key name. So for our access key, we'll just take that from our text file that we made earlier, paste that in there, and then our secret key that goes along with that access key, we'll put that right in here. And then the key name that we created, we'll go right here into key name. So these serve two different purposes. The top two, the access key and the secret key, give us access to the environment with Terraform so we can publish. And the key name is used with instances when we publish them for access to those in various different ways. Let's clean up the view here a little bit so we can read through everything. So we've got the three things that we added from the AWS console: access key, secret key, key name, and we're just about ready to move on. So we'll have this ready to go when we're ready to publish with Terraform into AWS in future videos. Thanks for visiting 2 + 2 = Cabbage. If you found this video useful, like and subscribe to show me there are people out there who would like to see more of this content.